Rising Rampage was released on July 26, 2019. While only introducing a few relevant cards upon release, as time would go on, Rising Rampage is actually home to several incredibly powerful cards.
In this series, both MBT and myself will be traversing the sands of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Each episode will take a deep dive into Yu-Gi-Oh's past formats and unlock new strategies as new sets become available. Strap yourselves in because anything is possible. Welcome to the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
Oh, I am pleased as punch that I get to show this one up. Behold, Incantation Ritual Box, or as it was called by Abraham King, the man who was a legend with this strategy, Necros. So you might be thinking to yourself, how is Necros, a deck that was being outclassed in 2015, still a playable strategy in this day and age, almost half a decade later? Well, it has a lot to do with the card you see in front of you, Incantation Chalice Slime. The incantations are some of the most powerful tools for ritual summoning ever conceived. Each of them, Incantation Bookstone, Candle, Pensaplume, and Talismandra, has two effects. You can reveal either a ritual monster or a ritual spell, based on which incantation you're using from your hand, special discard and one incantation from deck, and then if an incantation is specialed from your deck, you get something. Talismandra adds a ritual monster, Candle adds a ritual spell, Pensaplume adds a ritual monster from your graveyard, and Bookstone adds a ritual spell from your graveyard. Incantation Chalice Slime allows you to discard any card from your hand and summon any incantation from your deck, immediately proccing its effects. It's not uncommon between activations of Incantation Chalice Slime, Talismandra, Candle, and previously powerful cards like Necros of Brionac, Colossalus, and of course the graveyard effects of the Necros of Cycles, to get to an unbelievable amount of material with which you can perform ritual summoning. However, activating the effect of Necros of Trishula is not really enough in this day and age, despite the fact that the card is incredibly powerful and has the ability to snipe a card from your opponent's hand, their graveyard, and their field all at the same time, and despite the fact that Necros of Unicorn still has a ton of utility, especially into decks that absolutely rely on extra deck monsters. I mean, if that was good, then you would just be playing Necros in 2018, and no one was. No, the straw that broke the camel's back is one that will continue to break the same camel's back over and over for years. From this position, Cyber Angel Ben 10. This card, if tributed, allows you to add a light fairy monster from your deck to your hand, so if you can expend an additional ritual search on this card, you can grab Vanity's Ruler. The incantations aren't just good for summoning to your side of the field and searching cards, they're also good for being tribute material, which means that Vanity's Ruler is never too far away from any of your setups. A worst case scenario, you can just use the incantations on your side of the field for a Valkyrus to draw a couple of cards. This deck had an unbelievable amount of flexibility and utility. It only had one problem. Only one guy was really any good with it. And that's because the deck tests a skill that Yu-Gi-Oh players are not used to having being tested. You had to be able to manage a long game. See, Necros was always a deck about inevitability. Eventually, they would stick a ritual that would be able to kill you over the course of a couple of turns. But nowadays, Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't look anything like that. Since Duelist Alliance, mostly decks have been attempting to OTK and only ever get to a turn 2 or 3 situation. Especially in 2018, sometimes you weren't getting out of turn 1. For that reason, a lot of that part of Duelist's brains was still pretty underdeveloped. We're still going to take a crack at it. We've got Incantation Bookstone, 2 Candle, 2 Pensaplume, and 2 Talismandra, followed by 3 Manju. Pretty good normal. Of course, not as good as Vanity's Ruler, but you take what you can. 2 Shirt, Strategist of the Necros. This is just a good all-around card alongside Reinforcement of the Army to ensure that you can pay for your ritual summons. Cyber Angel Ben 10, triple Chalice Lime, triple Necros of Brionac, which searches Necroses. 2 Necros of Colossalus, which searches spell or trap cards, theoretically. 2 Trishula, which protects from targeting and banishes. A Necros of Unicorn, which cycles from grave or negates the effects of effect monsters summoned from the extra deck. And 2 Necros of Valkyrus, which battle faders or draws cards based on a number of cards that you tribute from your field or hand. After that, we've got Incantation Inception, a truly welcome ritual spell, which can be used to ritual summon any ritual monster, provided you tribute equal to or more incantations from your hand or side of the field. It's great to be able to get out the Necroses because their cards, Psycho, Kaleidoscope, and Mirror, are very difficult to pull off. Mirror can ritual summon a Necros ritual monster by tributing from hand or field or banishing Necros monsters from your graveyard. Kaleidoscope allows you to send cards from your extra deck to ritual summon more than one Necros monster at once. And Necros Cycle allows you to summon ritual monsters from hand or graveyard, provided you're sending the requisite amount of material. We've, of course, got Extravagance, one of the first decks to really make use of this card. Preparation of Rites, a reinforcement of the army, and Infinite Impermanence. In the side deck, we've got Denko Sekka, Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere Mode, Zephyr Saber, triple Super Polymerization, triple Twin Twisters, and triple Ow! In the extra, we've got a copy of Elder Entity, Entis, Mud Dragon of the Swamp, Dragon Stapelia, Double Starving Venom, Triple Herald of the Arclight, Ultimaya Zolkin is always treated as a 12 for Kaleidoscope, a copy of Abyss Dweller, Ixaton Knight, Azathoth, Niarla, Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, and Nightmare Phoenix. So with that, here's Alex.
Well, judging by Joseph's deck choice, you can tell this is going to be one of the more janky episodes of history, and that's because we really just wanted to show, like, just how many decks were being played during this time or actually had tops. Magical Musketeer, if you're unfamiliar, actually, I believe, had top 32'd multiple YCSs during this point, and so we felt that it was worth at least showing this deck off to a degree, even if it may not have been the tier 1 of TOS format, or at least the latter end of it. So, Magical Muskets, what does this deck do? Well, the neat thing about this deck is that it has two main gimmicks. One is that while you have a Magical Musketeer card on the field, you're able to activate Magical Musket spell and trap cards from your hand. So that's something that is just sort of breaking Yu-Gi-Oh! Mechanics inherently, but also it plays off of the column mechanic similar to something like Mech Knight. So if a card is activated in the same column as a monster, rather a Magical Musket monster that's on the field, you get to activate an effect. So Caspar is the best one because it allows you to Rhoda for any Magical Musket card that's in your deck. Doc allows you to get one from your graveyard to your hand. Kid Brave is sort of like a trade-in where you pitch a Magical Musket card from your hand and draw 2 cards. And Starfire is probably the second best one because it gets into Caspar, where you're able to special summon a level 4 lower Magical Musket monster from your deck. Unfortunately, it's in defense position, but you can't really complain. Now, the Magical Musket cards have existed for a while at this point, but they didn't really see competitive play, at least at the YCS level, until we got their Link monster, Magical Musketeer Max. This card is actually pretty cracked. So it requires any level 8 or lower Magical Musket monster, and if this card is Link summoned, you can activate this effect. Either add Magical Musket spell and traps with different names from your deck to your hand up to the number of monsters your opponent controls. So hypothetically, if your opponent has 5 monsters on the field, you can add 5 different cards to your hand, which is crazy. And then also special summon magical monsters with different names from your deck up to the number of spells and traps your opponent controls. You can only use one of those effects once per turn. It has the same clause where you can still activate stuff from your hand, but basically this was sort of like a board breaker deck of sorts where your opponent would set up a board. If you can resolve Max, you can just add any number of cards to your hand and slowly pick away at what your opponent is doing. Well, what are we searching? Well, first of all, we have Cross Domination, which is an effect negation, but also reduces the monster's attack and defense to 0. We have Desperado, which is just literally pop a face-up card. We have Dancing Needle, which is a triple DD Crow, which is like not bad. It's like, 3/5 of a soul release. We have Crooked Crown, which isn't that great. Like, it's fine. It allows you to special summon more things from your hand, but you actually need to get them in your hand. We have Fiendish Deal, which is nice because it protects your muskets from being killed by card effects and also searches. And then we have Last Stand, which is just a counter trap for spells and traps. What's interesting is that this is also one of the first decks to take advantage of Ties of the Brethren because they are all both Light and Fiend. So it's neat because if you have any one of them, you have a way to access Caspar, and that's sort of what adds to the consistency of the list. And then we also have Dimension Shifter, the third best promo from the Megatins during this time. Obviously, Nibiru and Dark Ruler No More were everywhere, but Dimension Shifter, not many decks could play it, but the decks that could would really take advantage of it because a lot of the graveyard-reliant decks, think about Salamangreat, think about Orcus, think about Sky Striker with spells in the graveyard, Shifter could really hose a lot of these decks. Pair that with stuff like Instant Fusion to be able to access removal like Thousand Eyes Restrict. You can also play like Millennium Eyes to be able to make sure your stuff resolves. You can go into a Mud Dragon to be able to get another 4 to go into stuff like Dweller or 101, and then try to access any of your other Link monsters, if you have multiple monsters on the field. We also have Pot of Desires for consistency because we really need to see Caspar, but preferably any of our muskets just so our cards are online. We have Upstart, we have Imperm, and that's it. The side's pretty adaptable too, considering we have Ash, we have Nib, we have Dark Ruler, we have Evenly Matched, we have Red Reboot and Judgment. Dark Ruler pairs really nicely with this deck, especially because of Max, because then you can almost ensure that you're going to get Max to resolve for like 7 cards, and then from that position, you probably are going to win the game, and so games 2 and 3, that's kind of what you're going for, but this deck really didn't take off because it really suffered from consistency issues. Again, if you don't have a musket card, you're not able to continuously generate advantage. It gets really rough, and because it plays off the column mechanic, players were also able to adapt to this deck rather easily, but it was pretty powerful, and it was something that some players had a lot of fun with. So hopefully it's going to be good enough to carry us into the winner's circle after this episode. Let's find out. Let's not make you wait any longer, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to duel. Wow, Joseph, look, you went to great measures to make custom sleeves just for this episode. What a weird coincidence.
I miss this deck so much, man. Miss implies that it was never playable at any specific time, but, you know.
True.
I like playing it.
True. Abraham King did a good job, though, because I believe he topped this tournament. I think he also topped the UDS around this time with this deck, or maybe another YCS. I don't recall, but he was like the poster child for this deck for 2019, I will say. And so hopefully you can follow in his footsteps and maybe get out of the shirt of shame today, but I wouldn't bet on it. So shout out to Patreon. Wait, what? Thank you for the support. What do you got, Joseph?
I got some up.
All right, I rolled a 4, conveniently the number of stars on every single monster in my deck.
Threw up a 2. I'm just, you know, I need 2 incantations.
That's all you need. Technically, you only need 1, actually, but is that... we'll get there anyway. All right, best of luck, buddy. I guess, I don't think we really have much of a choice, to be honest. I guess we're just going Doc Pass.
Awesome. That's epic.
Yeah.
Okay, draw phase. Imperm
Sure.
targeting Doc.
Great. This was a fun game.
Well, you know.
Sure.
Still a lot we can do here. Let's go Pensaplume. I will
Sure.
reveal Necros of Valkyris.
Also, wait, what the fuck am I doing? I have Last Stand for your Imperm. I forgot this is a thing.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. Let's go back.
Never mind. Okay, yeah. So we'll go back a bit here.
I will Imperm Doc. You'll Last Stand.
Do you have anything else here?
No.
I guess technically I should put this in a spell and trap zone. Okay. All right, we can do something.
Right.
Now it's not so easy, huh?
No, it's still pretty easy. Let's try Incantation
Yeah,
Pensaplume.
Pensaplume is fine.
Okay, we're going to reveal Necros of Valkyris. We're going to summon Pensaplume and... Oh, who the hell do we want? Let's get Talismandra here. We're going to go Talismandra Effect to search. All right, we're going to grab the one, the only Incantation Chalice Slime. Let's go Chalice Slime Effect. We are going to pitch this Valk to summon an incantation. We will special Candle here.
Okay.
Candle Effect, we're going to go ahead and grab a Inception.
Okay.
Let's activate Necros Cycle.
I mean, I guess... Not happy about it, but sure.
We will send Shure to summon back Valk.
It's fine.
Let's go Shure.
Not really.
We'll grab Brio. Let's go Valk. 1, 2. Whoo. Oh my Jesus Christ. Wow. We've actually got a lot of stuff we can do here. Let's go Brio. We'll grab Trish. Let's go Inception.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's summon Trish.
Sure.
Go Trish.
We will... I guess we have to do it now. Probably screwed anyway. We will go for Dancing Needle in response. And then we'll chain Doc, I guess.
Does this cause the Trish to resolve without effect?
I'm not sure because it's like you already activated it. Like, I know if there isn't already a card in the zone, you can't do it. But if it, like, moves, does that change anything?
I think it tries to resolve as much as possible, but I'm not sure.
That's what I think as well. I think we'll have to look.
So it says Trish's effect requires that there is at least one card in each location to activate and to resolve.
Okay, cool. We dodged it. Nice. All right, continue.
All right, we'll just go to combat here.
I know, we're dying here anyway, sure. I take
Hey, you're
13
not-
from this and then 29.
We're not dying. All right, back to you.
Standby main. Instant fusion?
That seems okay, yeah.
Will Thousand Eyes your Valk?
Yeah.
Make Link Karibo?
Yeah.
Set 1 and pass.
Not ideal.
The fatal flaw of magical musketeers showing their true colors.
I have in fact seen better. This one's kind of weird, actually. So Prep Rights is a really good card.
That's a fucking crazy card, yeah.
Oh, we can probably do it just by getting my good friend Chalice Slime. No, because we lost Inception. So we have to use the Necros spells, which suck balls because you have to hit Exacxies. Oh, I think we have one. Yeah, we can do it like this. We will go Prep Rights. We're going to grab Chalice Slime.
Sure.
Chalice Slime pitch Mirror. We'll special Talismandra. We'll try that effect.
Ugh. I'm going to try to imperm this.
Okay. Cycle.
Sure.
Summon Brio.
Happens to work out with the star line.
For some reason, Brio does not say without using any level 6 monsters. It just says
so funny.
It says no Brios. And then we'll go Brio, Shuffle, Link for Evo.
That's why Brio is like $9 billion. I will do nothing because you're not declaring an attack. Okay, yeah, I'm dead. All right, I figured out the problem.
That is not the problem. Oh, you are going to hate the outcome of this. Okay, stand by main.
Are we?
Extrav. Is that okay?
Not really, if I'm to be honest.
Now, you could Ash the Talismandra, but the Extrav could be anything.
I'm aware. That's why I'm thinking. I know.
Even be
the Extrav could be anything. That's what I hate. That's what I fucking hate. You know what? Let's roll. Let's roll.
Let's go. Oh, fuck. Oh, I thought that meant you were going to do it. Shit. Okay.
No.
It was not.
I'll do this instead.
Boy, that's annoying as fuck. Whoa, that is so annoying. What's wrong with you? Okay, so I can still do mostly everything, but one thing I can't do is mirror at all. Oh, boy. Okay,
I mean, I'm playing muskets. You're probably not dying.
Okay, we're always going Candle. We're gonna go Candle. Reveal mirror.
Going for it. Okay.
We're gonna summon Talismandra. Oh, fuck, you saved the Ash. Okay, Talismandra effect.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Whew. Maybe he doesn't have it. You're just like fucking with me.
Oh,
okay.
wait, no, I can't Ash. I thought I
son
couldn't
of a
because of the
bitch.
grave thing. Yeah, we're ashing this shit.
God damn it. All right.
I'm used to most hand traps that have to be discarded to the graveyard.
Go.
God forbid.
Go
All
shift
right, we'll draw.
yourself.
Oh, so, yeah, whatever.
Get that
Okay.
guy. You know,
Shift
extra
this.
also
Desires.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay. I get Spanish too. Okay, sick. Let's go Caspar.
Sure.
We'll go... It's not great, but it's fine. We'll go Fiendish Deal, trigger Caspar.
We'll go Imperm the Caspar.
Sure. That's fine. Whoop. Guess what's out, buddy?
What? What the fuck? Are you kidding me? What? Wait, what? You spent the whole time being like, oh, we don't have the link yet. Yeah, Max
I
is
didn't think
fine.
we did, and then I looked at the deck, and it's in there. I'm like, why else would anyone play this deck? All right, can I activate this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, go off.
Okay, cool. So you control 2 monsters, so I get to add 2 magical muskets. Magical muskets spell and traps to my hand specifically. So we're going to add... Damn, the world is my oyster. Let's get Last Stand. Yeah, banish all that. I don't care. I don't give a shit about any of that. That's fine. Let's get a Desperado while we're at it too. That seems fine. And then let's just clean up. We'll go battle. Just kill this thing off.
Fine.
I kind of just want to get the Candle off too. So let's just Desperado it. I banish this, but that's fine. Then we will set a card and we'll throw it to you.
Standby main?
Yep.
Okay, well.
Shifter's no longer in effect. Play the game.
Chalice Lime. Talismandra.
We will cross domination the Talismandra.
Killing me here. Yep.
Yep.
Oh boy. Let's go Colossalus. We'll grab Kaleido.
Okay.
Mirror.
Another hand's Mirror, Kaleido, Chalice Slime.
Yeah.
Right? Mirror, Kaleido, Chalice Slime. What level's Chalice Slime?
7.
I'll Last Stand this.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead. I take 25
Yeah.
here.
All right. Main one.
Yeah.
Let's just... Man, if only you could link Max into Max. Wouldn't that be sick?
yeah, wouldn't that be sick?
All right. We'll just kill the Talismandra.
Yeah.
And then I will set another card. Over to you.
Stand by me.
Yep, I need to kill you at some point here.
Let's go mirror.
Yeah.
Grab cycle.
Sure.
Let's go chalice slime.
Yep.
We'll grab candle. Candle effect.
We'll try it again.
Bro! Oh my god, dude. You're killing me.
This is how I win the game. You just burn yourself with the chalice
dude.
slime.
Yeah, go ahead.
Woo! Please? Oh my god. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. All right, I'll just keep hitting.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Would you like to try again?
Kinda. Kaleidoscope. We'll grab cycle here.
Say it's free.
Chalice slime.
Yep.
Gonna pitch cycle. Bookstone. Bookstone targets cycle here.
You're targeting cycle with Bookstone?
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Rhoda.
We're getting somewhere.
Yeah, slowly. Grab Shure.
Yep. So sure, it's cycle, chalice slime.
Yeah. Cycle for Trish.
2 Trishes.
Trish 1, Shure
Sure.
2.
Imperm 3.
Yeah. We will grab Valk here.
Sure. So Valk, cycle, chalice slime, 1 unknown.
Do I know anything about these cards? I feel like I don't.
You do not know the last 2 cards in my hand.
Let's go mirror. Whoop. Anything here?
Yeah. I don't think I can let you do this, unfortunately. I'm gonna Desperado the Valk.
Oh boy. Yeah. I'm not happy about it.
I'm not either. Like it's fine, but I can't let you get more cards.
Get in there.
He has fallen. 17.
Well, hopefully you don't have another name. All right, go ahead.
I think I would have summoned another name if I had another name by this point. I'm just saying. You still have a cycle in hand. Which
Cycle Chalice Slime is the hand.
Oh, Chalice Slime's the other one. That's right. We'll just go Instant Fusion.
Jeez Louise. Yeah.
Seen this before. Suck up the Trish. Just link it off.
Yep.
Funny enough, this has 300 attack, so we can hit here.
It does.
Go ahead.
That might come up. Not gonna lie. Oh boy. Well, that's a good draw. I just don't know where I go with it. Chalice Slime. We'll pitch Cycle. Yep. What the fuck do we grab here? Let's grab Pencil, I think. Oh god, can we even do this?
Your names are getting a little light.
Yeah, I think if I activate that, I might be dead.
While you're thinking, I always loved Kandal because he looks like the little bomb from Final Fantasy.
He does. We'll get Pensaplume. And then we're going to go Pensaplume target Trish. Killing me here. I gotta just hope you don't find it.
Please, God. Well, I'm all for risking it.
Yeah.
Anything?
No.
Oh, thank the Lord! Finally!
Put
this guy over here.
You got it.
Woo!
Okay, I learned my lesson.
Oh my god. That was agony. That was agony.
That was agony. It was like...
Did you learn your lesson?
Yeah, it's fine. It's either now or on my turn.
Yeah. Oh, wait, you're making me go first! No! I'm sorry!
Yeah, keep talking.
I was joking! I mean, I have to do this anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Go for it.
Anything?
No.
Uh-oh! Uh-oh!
Stand by main. I don't know, like, fuck you, right? I don't know if I really want to... Go ahead. What, are you going to OTK me?
What are you going to do, Trish me?
That's, that's fair. You got me. I've been dealt with.
I'll ash it, sure.
Ooh. All right, how do we want to do this? Probably like this. Bookstone. Let's reveal Mirror.
Okay.
Let's go Talismandra.
You got it.
Ooh. Chalice Slime. Chalice Slime. Pitch Candle. You know what? Fuck it. Let's pitch Mirror. You didn't see that.
Sure.
We'll grab Candle. Candle effect. Grab Inception. Bryo. Inception. 6, 10. Why not? Anything here.
Oh, good.
Inception, pitch, Bookstone. Pencil, target, Brio. 29.
That's fine.
Valk.
Oh, good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
We'll grab Cycle. Go off, King.
Yeah, go off. You're funny. Amazing.
Ooh. Okay, stand by me. Ooh.
This is the true musket experience.
That was a really rough draw there. Can I just kill you here? I imagine it can't be difficult. I'm just trying to, like, I'm waiting for you to play into Trish. But he refused to do it. Pensaplume. Talismandra. Brio. A Kaleidoscope. Send Zolkin.
Yeah. To 12.
I don't know. This is lethal, right? 40. What? This is 52? Yeah.
End of main.
Oh, end of main. What do you got? Nibiru. This is 4.
Oh, you did do it in 4.
Yeah, dumb fuck.
Yeah,
You think I'm not playing around Nibiru? Come on. What are we working with?
You're working with a nib, a nib, Desperado, Desperado, Cross Dom, and Evenly Matched.
Wait, what
Great.
the fuck? You weren't playing around Trish. You just bricked.
I know. What the fuck was I supposed to do with this hand?
I was like, oh my god,
I could have nibbed you.
The mind
I could
games
have
are out
nibbed
of
you
this
last
world.
turn.
Yeah.
I could have nibbed you last turn, but like it was so low value. I'm just like, it's not even worth it. Like I was just trying. I was waiting for you to overcommit, but
It was
I mean,
like a super low
you
value
did, but I
nib,
mean,
and it turns on Trish.
Yeah.
And yeah.
it turns on Trish. Yeah, like it. There was really no good outcome in that. I guess I could have like evenly you for like 1, but then what? You banished the Bookstone. Oh fuck me, right?
I thought you
Like-
we were like both next leveling the fuck out of each other. It was like,
Oh, no.
well, if I never
Oh, no.
said anything, he'll never be able to max, and if he never sets anything, then I'll never be able to Trish. It's like, no.
You realize this is musket, right? And the deck literally falls apart if you can't draw a monster, which happened to be almost every game. God, I fucking hate this deck so much. Look at this. Look, let's see how far. How many draws was Simo gonna go before he got Doc? Not even one of the good ones.
Wow, that's like
oh my
literally
fucking
7
God.
draws.
That's the problem, though, right? Like, that's why this deck was, like, never really that good, aside from, like, a few random tops by really good players, is that if you can't get a fucking musket monster, you literally cannot play the goddamn game.
Yeah, so the big problem with Musket is that there's one good Musket monster, and it's Caspar.
Yeah.
And so then
Nah,
you have
Starfire's good.
Yeah,
let's
you
be
have to.
honest.
Well, Starfire's good because it can get to Caspar. And, like,
Exactly.
after that, you're playing like Kid Brave. You're playing like I think you're on what, like 1 or 2 Doc. It's like a really.
We're on 3 of everything in this deck.
You're
which
like,
is
no,
insane
we're
to
not
me.
fucking bricking. It's not happening, and then you did anyway.
Well, I mean, maybe that was part of the reason why this deck did okay. We're boarded, so like things might not be exactly how they were game 1, but.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like it's just the Achilles heel of this deck. It's like, yeah, the max is nuts. Like this card, you read this and you're like, holy shit, I can go like on this board. Like, granted, you would Valk, right? But
Yeah.
your opponent sets up a board of 4. Oh, cool. I get to add 4 cards to my hand. Like that just seems like the craziest card ever printed. Or special summon a bunch of guys if you're playing a back row deck. Like that's great. But you, A, need to assume that you can actually get to this guy. B, it doesn't get negated. And C, you have to assume that you can get to this guy, because if you don't draw a fucking Musketeer monster, you can't fucking summon it.
Yeah, bad news all around. I will say
Yeah.
Max is an incredibly, like, impressively powerful card
Yeah.
that just did not have a home. There were a lot of people who were playing him in Mech Knight, and they were like, the magical Musketeer spells don't feel too bad to draw, provided they set up zones. So, like,
Yeah.
they were on, I think, just, like, Desperado and maybe one cross dom, and they were like, whatever, like if we find it, we find it. But no, it was like you read Magical Musketeer Max, you're like next Zodiac, etc., etc. But in games 2 and 3, you know, your opponent can just adjust their line of play and be like, okay, well, you don't put up anything threatening until your, you know, Max hits the field, so I'll just wait till I can kill you in one turn through Nibiru. And pretty much every deck in the metagame can do that at this period.
Right, exactly. So, like, at best, this was a rogue deck, and honestly, the better players, like, knew how to, like, play around this deck rather well. Like, again, it did have a couple of tops, and, like, at the regional level, it did obviously a little bit better, but I think, especially at the regional level, you're going to run into more players that aren't going to be as familiar with this deck or know how to play around it exactly. And so, like, it's a cool concept. I mean, like, individually, Cross Dom and Desperado and Last Stand, like, they're all individually powerful cards, assuming the engine is actually humming. But if you, this is one of those decks that, like, if it's unplayable or if the engine's not online, it's actually just unplayable. And so you have to deal with the swinging pendulum in terms of how playable this deck is at times. Your deck, though, this is sick. I mean, I know you could probably go off about this deck, but it's cool to see, like, Necros in, what are we, in 2019, still able to compete in some capacity.
Yeah, this deck's tight. It is, I would say probably tier 3. Certainly carried by a couple of really good pilots historically. But playable up until the release of Secret Slayers, which, of course, absolutely throws the metagame into chaos. The incantations are incredibly powerful. Chalice Slime ties the whole thing together, gets you into a position where every turn you can cycle through Candle and Talismandra, 2 of the most powerful cards in the game, and Bookstone and Pensaplume, seen as kind of the less good incantations, do really well with cards like Unicore and Brionac, where, like, adding a monster back actually translates to any search of any card in your deck, or adding a spell back like Kaleidoscope that you then don't have to play too many copies of. The deck is pretty powerful, but unfortunately is hampered by a very specific setup line. What you're trying to do against opponents who are not playing Magical Musketeer, Desperado, and Cross Domination is tribute Cyber Angel Benten, and then tribute off 2 copies of the incantations for Vanity's Ruler. Which is not very fun, but is pretty effective, especially pre-board. You can use cards like Necros of Valkyris to deep draw for those cards, and this is one of the decks during the period that gets to play Pot of Extravagance at a time before it becomes popularized in, like, Spiral builds at the beginning of 2020. This deck also adapts as new rituals get released. The Shino Birds occasionally find a home in here. People tinker with, of all things, Lord of the Red. When Incantation Crealtar comes out, it has the capacity to do, like, link spam stuff because it turns off the extra deck negating effects of the incantations. And I think, there's, like, one more ritual archetype. Oh, the Megaliths, when they're released in Secret Slayers, get toyed with in here. But unfortunately, by that point, there's a different Block Dragon deck that you should probably be playing. Love this deck. Playable for a very, very specific period of time under a very specific set of circumstances. Not something I would call historically incredibly powerful, but it had its moment. And I guess it was enough to beat Magical Musketeer.
And I think this just goes to show, though, like, the breadth of decks that were playable in TOS format as we move forward now. We obviously have some more ground to cover. But, I mean, the fact that, especially between this episode and last episode, we got to see, like, jankier type decks that were, like, the best decks or, like, at the top of, you know, the format. And then you've got this stuff that's, like, swimming around tier 2, tier 3. It wasn't just solely Orcust and Sky Striker and Salamangreat and Thunder. Like, there was all this shit, too. And I think that's, again, another reason why so many people love this format, is that it was really open-ended. I think, especially once we even get a little bit later on until, like, October of 2019, YCS London and such, I'm pretty sure, like, Mermail out of nowhere gets, like, a couple random tops as well. Like, the amount of decks people were playing during this time was crazy. And I think that a lot of people were just enjoying playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Around this time. So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout out the patrons for all of their continued support. So shoutouts to Shadow1317, Tim00x3, MBT Play Medolce, Moto, Cameron L. Smith, Phoenix the Emerald, Pony Stark, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Man Hoban, Draconic Little Fadeleaf, Peyton McGrath, Dylan Rare Hunter, Jesse Wood, Chrono the Branded Enjoyer, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Flannel Daddy, Twinkle Muncher, Matthew Brady. I've tried reading cards before. It was horrible, and my guinea pigs had to get me therapy. Cheeks McLaperty, Stolfin Amethyst, Uncle Brian of Stardust, Wonder Waffle, MBT Cancel by all Community soon, Cancel by all Committee soon, Cancel by all Players soon, Nicholas Carpenter, Corvain, and Konami. When are we getting a Yu-Gi-Oh! Lore anime? Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.